Hey everyone, welcome back to Garden State Growing. My name is Eric and today we're planting corn. Actually, yesterday I planted corn and by everybody I mean the two people that might actually watch this video. Something happened with the recording. It got lost. I don't know what happened. I came out here. This is actually take 4 because I came out here, recorded it, and the mic cut off for some reason. I lost all audio. So I'm out here again explaining it all over again. So what you can see in front of you, and I hope you can see, I have cups lined up on the ground upside down. I have a row up against the fence, and I'll take the camera and I'll show you in a second. I have a cup of up against the fence. I have sunflower seeds. I have the Sun Gold, the Black Russian, the Chianti Hybrid, and the Testoni. It's a Mexican sunflower. I don't know. They look all beautiful. So let me grab the camera. I'll give you a close-up. I'll show you what I did and why I did it. My sunflowers. And they're under cups, and over here I have my corn in a bunch of rows. I have the Indian corn, the blue hoppy, the double red, and the glass gem. I have about 25 or 30 plants of each. And you might be asking yourself, why are they under those clear solo cups? Well, to some it might be obvious, to some it might not be. Those are acting like little mini greenhouses. They serve a lot of different purposes, actually, though. Not only are they acting like little mini greenhouses, as you can see the ones down there that have much smaller holes in the top, they're holding a lot more moisture. And I really like that. These small holes, we see because maybe the moisture is too much. But you can see the other ones that I had planted tomatoes in have the bigger holes on the bottom. And then I took those cups after planting my tomatoes and I used them to plant my corn. Not too bad for hand sowing corn, without any machinery or anything like that. The cups on the top, they're about 3 inches around. So when I put them side by side, they separate by about 6 inches. And then if I plant one seed under each cup, I get a beautiful spacing of rows. And that's really going to help when it comes to pollination and growing and everything else like that. And not only that, it just made it real simple, because like down here I have gold bantham, I have oxen green dent, I have the pink popping corn, I can't pronounce it, striped corn, and the miniature blue. Those I just sowed directly into the ground, trying to eyeball a good 4 inches in between them, and I can guarantee I screwed it up. I can guarantee that I was not able to do it very good by hand. So those in the front right there are going to be more about it. Now, for people who grow corn, there's always that one big question: do you grow in a block, like a 4x4 block, or do you, go in rows? Right here, I have it in a pretty decent sized block, but in rows as well. And I have the ones under the cup, the ones that are directly sown into the ground. Now, I'm sure everybody's gone to a farmer's market, or they've had a fresh ear of corn that you've had to husk yourself. And if you look at that ear of corn, it has all those little hairs that come out from the top. Well, believe it or not, but every one of those hairs goes right back to each individual kernel. And in order to get a nice cob of corn, at the end of each one of those hairs has to get pollinated from the pollen up top. If you ever look at a picture of a corn of cob, I'll try to post one here, you'll see it has the flowers, the grain, the pollen up top, and as the wind shakes, it filters down and those little hairs grab onto it and get pollinated. And if all of them get pollinated, you get yourself a really nice cob of corn. Now, that being said, I know some of you might point out, I've got a lot of different varieties of corn here. What do I expect to get out of this garden? And I'll be flat out honest, not that much. There's really only one type of corn that I think it would be a really good edible corn, and that's the gold bantam. The rest of these are really, they're either ornamental or they're just like novelty. The Indian corn, the glass corn, you know, those are just ornamental. The double red is actually edible. I'm not sure about the blue hoppy, but the dent, that's used to make flour. That's how all corn used to be. And I'll get to that in a second as well. And then the pink and the blue popping corn, that's just a novelty. You know, that might be just fun to throw it in the microwave and get a, you know, popcorn off a corn cob. And again, the Jipinic striped corn, that's ornamental as well. But people might say, since you have so many different varieties of corn next to each other, aren't you afraid that they're gonna hybridize? And I'm gonna count on it. That's exactly what I'm hoping is gonna happen. Most people don't realize that all corn that we eat today is genetically modified. And I don't mean people sitting in a lab with test tubes and messing around with DNA strands. I just mean you know, at one point there was only corn that was like the dent. It was really dry. You had to grind it up to make flour for tortillas and stuff like that. It comes from South America, or the southern part of North America, actually. And then, you know, somebody decided to take a corn that was really drought resistant and mix it with that corn. And they actually took the pollen from one and pollinated the stigmas, or whatever you call them, the hairs of the other cob, and made a new variety of corn. Every cob of corn that you eat today has been hybridized in one form or another, or genetically modified, just genetically modified by nature with man's intervention. You know, so now we have this plump, juicy, sweet Jersey corn, right? Jersey corn's known everywhere. You haven't had corn until you've had Jersey corn. But that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on the fringes of these corn plants that maybe they might hybridize, and you know, I'll get something like the double red mixed with the blue hoppy, or a glass gem that's edible because it mixed with the double red. Who knows? You'll never know until the end of the season and you actually get to, you know, take these cobs of corn and see what happens. So I'm excited for it. This is more of an experiment of my capabilities to actually grow corn altogether. Like they said, knee-high by July. So we'll see if I have knee-high corn by July. Now, this cup experiment, I'm dying to see the germination rates compared to the ones that were just directly sown into the ground. Not only about the rows being neater for pollination and everything else like that, I'm just dying to see how quickly they germinate compared to these, as well as the sunflowers that are out in the back. Those sunflowers take like 9 or 10 days to germinate. I'm wondering if I can make it happen in 6 to 7 days. Same thing with this corn, it takes usually about a week to germinate. Let's see if I can cut a couple days off, and not only just cut a couple days off from germination, I'm gonna leave them under there, you know, to protect them from like rabbits and squirrels from eating my little seedlings until they're at least like that big, at least like a good 3 or 4 inches. And then I can uncup them and I don't have to worry about the rabbits and everything eating them. The rabbits and squirrels, they really like the seedlings, the really, really small, and they'll just devastate your crop. This part that I didn't cover up might get devastated, and we don't know. So we're only gonna have to see. Okay, I took some pictures. I'm gonna put them up so you can see some close-ups. It's not really much to see except a bunch of cups and dirt, you know? But that's it for today. Hopefully this video comes out and I actually have audio on it and I can post it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll always try to respond to you. Please, if you like this content, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you can hear, you know, see or hear when a new video comes out. Because the reality is I do this for the love of it. But if nobody else gives a shit, I don't know if I'll keep on recording them. So you let me know, all right? Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next episode.